Word had already spread through Qingyang City before Jun Changxiao even arrived. The Ironbone sect leader got caught at a brothel, and now his so-called heir was showing up to the recruitment. People weren't horrified. They were entertained. The whole city turned into one giant gossip circle, and Jun Changxiao was the main character, just not in the cool way. Someone in the crowd muttered, "A young man with a brain problem claiming to be the second sect leader of Ironbone. He's barely at the second level of Meridian opening." Another person replied, "We're at the third and fourth level. Can't we just go occupy a mountain and start a sect?" Honestly, fair point. Jun Changxiao strolled through the streets, chin up, chest out, listening to all of this, and somehow staying completely calm. He had a secret advantage that no martial artist in this world could replicate: the thick, unbreakable skin of a transmigrator. In any other novel, the protagonist would have coughed blood from the humiliation by now. Jun Changxiao, he was just vibing. His one loyal companion, Lu Qianchen, walked beside him and whispered, "Sect leader, do you want to find a hole to hide in right now?" Jun Changxiao sighed, smiled, and said, "Don't worry. I have weathered all kinds of storms and waves." Lu Qianchen raised an eyebrow and replied without missing a beat, "You've literally never left Qingyang village." He had no comeback, but in his heart, he thought, "I've died once. If that doesn't count as a storm, I don't know what does." He pushed forward toward the west side of the city, where the 100 sects recruitment was being held, and honestly, the whole thing looked less like a martial arts event and more like a job fair. Banners everywhere: the Great Saber Sect, the Golden Dragon Gang, the Tiger's Howl Sect, powerful names, fancy tents, muscular men standing out front. Very intimidating, very corporate. Jun Changxiao surveyed the field and made a strategic decision. He would set up his tent right between two great sects, sandwiching himself in to borrow their foot traffic. Lu Qianchen looked at him and said, "Are you sure about this?" He said, "It makes sense, trust me." She did not look convinced. They set up the simplest, most humble little tent imaginable, and Jun Changxiao hung up his banner like it was completely normal. The moment the words Ironbone Clan appeared, both neighboring sects went dead silent, then absolutely lost it. The Tiger's Howl disciples snorted. "A sect whose leader got arrested for visiting a brothel set up shop next to my Tiger's Howl sect. This is a great shame." The Long Saber sect manager pointed his finger and barked, "This is our territory. Hurry up and get out." Before Jun Changxiao could respond, Lu Qianchen stepped forward. "Schooled and sharp. The recruitment grounds belong to the city lord. Since when did a little 8th-rate sect own real estate?" Cue. Stunned silence. The manager opened his mouth and closed it. She was technically correct, and that was the most devastating blow possible. Jun Changxiao tried to smooth things over with a calm smile. "We're all part of the 100 sects family here. Let's be friendly." The Long Saber manager sneered. When Master Wang was alive, Ironbone was something. Now, not even a fart. The Tiger's Howl disciple twisted the knife. A sect whose disciples already ate their farewell meal should have disbanded ages ago. Why are you even here? Jun Changxiao's face went through several emotions. He finally looked up, smiled, and said, "Today, I'm building my front right here. If you don't like it, come bite me or pack up and leave." The Tiger's Howl disciples were furious. Several muscular men burst out of the tent, cracking their knuckles. The Long Saber people poured out too, and there stood Jun Changxiao, thin, young, looking like a stiff breeze would end him. Surrounding martial artists ran over expecting a sect brawl, then saw the situation and realized it was just everyone versus one skinny guy. Someone in the crowd gasped, "Wait, isn't that the guy from the city gate? The one who claimed to be the second sect leader of Ironbone?" The muscleman froze. The Long Saber deacon cupped his hands and said, barely holding back laughter, "So you are the second sect master of Ironbone. Sorry for the disrespect." The Tiger's Howl disciple grinned and drawled, "Boo, offending a sect master. Too scary, not scary at all. Very much a joke." Nobody actually threw a punch. Fighting was banned in the city. So all the hostility dissolved into mockery, which, honestly, hurt more. Jun Changshou returned to his tent with his dignity in pieces. Lu Qianchen leaned over and whispered, "Sect leader, shall I dig a hole for you to crawl into?" He gave her a look that could only be described as, "Why are you like this?" 3 days of waiting, Jun Changshou spent them reclining in his chair, listening to gossip, and pretending he wasn't dying inside. On one of those quiet days, he lay back and said, "Living in this world, one should be broad-minded. Caring too much makes life exhausting." He sounded very wise. He was also very tired. Lu Qianchen asked how confident he was about recruiting disciples. He smiled and said, 100%. The neighboring sects heard that and chuckled. Nobody believed him. But nobody could stop him from believing in himself. The neighboring sects, bored and petty, decided to make a bet how many people would consult the Ironbone tent on recruitment day. Tigers howl. I bet 0 people come. One tail, long saber. I bet 1 blind teenager shows up by accident. One tail, it wasn't really about money. It was about enjoying the humiliation. Then came the day of the 100 sects recruitment, and the martial arts field was flooded with young hopefuls, all bright-eyed and dreaming of martial glory. Every tent was crowded. Every sect was busy pitching themselves like salesmen at a convention, except for one. The Ironbone tent sat completely untouched. Not a single person, not even a fly. The contrast was almost poetic. Jun Changshou sighed. Is my Ironbone clan really that bad? Lu Qianchen replied without hesitation, very bad, no filter, none whatsoever. He clutched his chest. She suggested they pack up and leave. He sat there and stared into the void. Then a shockwave of noise rippled through the field. Someone shouted, "Li Qingyang from the Li family is here." Every sect stood at attention, necks craned. Because Li Qingyang wasn't just any recruit, he was a 16-year-old prodigy with a high-grade spirit root, the #1 genius of Qingyang City. Jun Changshou stepped out to take a look and froze. Wait. I know this guy, Lu Qianchen whispered. He's the injured person from the wilderness, the one who didn't even say thank you. The entire field descended into chaos as sect after sect threw their best offers at Li Qingyang. Best disciples, elder positions, unlimited resources, even a lane called Ri Lane offering senior and junior sisters to serve him all day. A 5th-rate sect, the prestigious Kang Mountain sect, personally extended an invitation. The crowd held its breath. Li Qingyang looked at the elder calmly and said, "I'm not interested in joining the Kang Mountain sect." The elder's smile froze. The crowd's jaws dropped. That was a 5th-rate sect. Li Qingyang continued walking, past every sect, through every crowd, until he stopped right in front of Jun Changshou, looked at him, and asked, "You are the sect leader of the Ironbone clan." And every single person on the field went completely, utterly silent.